Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 9-month adventure around the world. And today we go sky high in Aarhus, Denmark.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we are living that full life, going all the way around the world, taking 9 months to do it on the ultimate world cruise.
Yes, we are, friends, and today we're in Aarhus, Denmark. We're on the east side of Denmark, and we have now moved from the Baltic Sea into the North Sea. Now, Aarhus has kind of a semi-industrial port area, but we got off the ship. You walk about 20 minutes into town, and one of the first things you're going to see is kind of their art cultural center library, and it's a interesting building. It's got a huge bear that's holding a log out front.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can't miss it. It's right there at the port where you walk right by it, right? But it's more of a children's museum library than something that most tourists would go see. But it's really a beautiful building on the outside. Well, from there we walked on, and one of the first things you run into is their Central Canal Street. Now, we got off, this is a Sunday in Aarhus that we're there. And so it's very quiet. We're getting off early. Our goal is to first go to church, and then we're going to go to see the different sites in the town. And so because we got off so early, we are effectively have the town to ourselves. Yeah.
It's dead.
Yeah,
The streets
it really
are
is.
very quiet.
So no restaurants, not a lot. There's a couple coffee shops open, and that's about it. So we made our way through those areas and went pretty much directly to Church of Our Lady. That was very beautiful, had a nice service, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised how packed it was. Yeah.
Right. There was a number of members from our cruise ship that were there. The Mass was in Danish. It was not in English, but, we can follow along. So.
Well, Mass wrapped up, and we decided we're going to go see all the sights of this bustling metropolis that is Aarhus. And so the first thing we did, walking down the street, walked through a small Sunday market, and then we're going to go see the main train station for two reasons. One, it is a famous Art Deco style train station. We're going to see the insides of it, but you also needed to use the restroom.
I did, which was actually kind of a fail. We didn't have any coins with us, and many places you need a token or a coin of some sort in order to get into the ladies' room. So
yeah, so pro tip, especially in Europe, get some small change, carry it with you. In fact, what's happened is I've kind of learned to carry a small change purse. That's something I never do in the US. In fact, I really don't carry cash in the US at all. But so many places, especially in the European countries, are wanting those small coins, especially for toilets, things like that, that I carry you can see right here, kind of a small little spring-loaded change purse. I think I got these two for about $10 off Amazon. We can put a link in the description of these. So yeah, this is something that is for travel has become very handy. So you just fill it up with the coins of the local country that you're in, and then you have them to go, and then save some of those coins for when you may go back, so you can load it up and you already have them instead of having to find a bank or something to go and get small change.
Right. After we left the train station, we walked past the town hall that had the clock tower. It was nice.
It's a clock tower.
It is.
It's on the list on GPS My City. Go see the clock tower. So yeah.
But then as you continue walking along, we saw the art museum in the distance with the Rainbow Walk. Now the Rainbow Walk is at the top of the art museum. It's actually very pretty, and you could see people walking around. At first I wasn't sure if
I thought it was an LED projection screen.
Yeah, something there, lights or something. But as we got closer, we could see these were people who were walking. And when we got back to the ship, we did speak with some of the passengers who actually went into the art museum. They went up to that Rainbow Walk, and they said they enjoyed it.
Yeah, it said it was a nice view, but we're going to have an even better view here in just a minute, because after walking there, we went down the main shopping street and we went into Saling department store. And you'd think, well, why are we, we're not big shoppers, why are we going to department store? Because they have an amazing rooftop garden, completely free, with multiple levels, and it is a don't miss here in Aarhus. So you want to go take the escalators all the way up, then you got to take an elevator, and then you got to take more stairs up, and you get to the top, and it's all done in wood, and it's got gardens. It has
Very pretty.
oh yeah, different levels of observation, and one of them sticks right out into over the main shopping street. And so we walked out there. You have to wait your turn to get a picture, but you can see here where we walked out, looked down. It's a glass floor, yeah. And so we have pictures from both the bottom and the top. And then we went up to some stairs to an observation area that's even taller. And there you can see the entire city. You can see right over to our ship. It gives you a good idea how far the ship is away from town. But this is a don't miss. There's a wine bar up there, a snack bar. You can have lunch up there. It was really nice. A little windy. We're there in August, and it was almost say just a little chilly. We are in the northern latitude. We're near the North Sea here, obviously, so it can be a little chilly. One of the things that I thought was wonderful, we were walking down that main shopping street, and we're kind of looking at GPS My City, and two locals, just kind of looked over and said, "Can we help you?" in perfect English. And we said, "Oh, we're just looking for the rooftop garden." They go, "Oh, that's a Saling department store, and it's right here, and here, let's walk you." And they kind of walked along with us.
Very
and they point,
friendly.
"Oh, it's super friendly." And that's what we have found all the way around the world, is just that, we've mentioned it before, the kindness of strangers, that everywhere we go, be it in the U.S. or anywhere around the world, you find good people.
Agreed.
And that's what you really want to focus on, not the bad news stories that you hear.
That is so true. Well, when we left the Saling department store, we actually did do a little bit of shopping. There is a store there called The Normal. Now, if it's very similar to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, Dollar General here in the United States. The interesting thing about this is it's almost like a maze. It is a one-way store. You go in and you follow the maze and you walk by everything before you're able to get out. And the checkout then is right at the end. And I wanted some little hair clips and some little sole inserts for my shoes, because they're wearing out. My two pairs of tennis shoes, we have walked our little feet off. Yeah. So I was looking for that.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting store too. It's like you said, it was like a Dollar Tree. So we had TJ Maxx yesterday, and now we have the Dollar store today. Well, we left the Normal store, and from there we walked up to the Mill Path. Now, this is a series of a couple streets with some restored old houses that would have been how they would have been hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So it's interesting. They actually were going to tear this whole area down, and then they went through, because it was really dilapidated, it was falling apart. But the city got together, the people got together and said, "No, this is our history. Let's restore that." And it's a beautiful area.
It's very quaint.
Yeah.
I would say, please don't miss this.
Right. Yeah. You've got murals on the walls and paintings, and yeah, the Mill Path is certainly worth walking through, and that's a don't miss. Well, from the Mill Path, now we went back to the River Walk again.
It's bustling.
Yeah, now it's full. All those sidewalk cafes are full. People are, having lunch and having coffees, and it was really nice. So we got to actually see it in its glory, versus, when more of a Stephen King novel walking through, where it's like the whole town is empty. So no, but that is, if you're going to have a nice lunch or have a coffee or something by the canal there, that's a great place to go. Don't miss that. But we were on a hunt. We enjoyed our kebab so much yesterday. We were on a hunt to have something similar today. And another similar type of meal is a shawarma. And it depends on, if you're in Greece, it's a gyro. If you're in Turkey, it's a kebab. If you're in the Middle East, it's a shawarma, So very similar with the meat on a vertical spit. And we found Shawarma King. And so we decided to share one. We weren't wanting a full big one.
Well, they were big.
And they were huge, yeah. So we weren't wanting one each. So we went in, got one ordered, and it was really good. As I said, we shared it. It was about $11 plus the Cokes, I think, and
fries.
Yeah, so it was about $20 by the time we were all done. And it was good.
It was good. Well, from there, it's now time to head back to the ship. And as we're walking back to the ship, there was an interesting sculpture there that was honoring all the dock workers who work in the area. And it was an interesting thing to see. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow we're going to Oslo.
Yeah, we are. So in Oslo, we've got it all planned out to see the top sights of the city. But for us, even more important, we're going to have a bit of a family reunion.
We are. Well, friends, be sure to see us next time, and we'll be back very soon. Have a beautiful day.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.